Hey, I'll stream it, Bobby.
Welcome to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Raging Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store for you today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Raging Cajuns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. Dropping back, it's Mack. He finds his man. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the right side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players.
Well,
we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown. They made a statement.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. First down here for the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He's looking for a man on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. jumped on top of the pile.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the Raging Cajuns get enough to move the chains.
Well, we knew coming into this game that field position was going to be massive. They had their backs against the wall in their own opening drive. A really nice job there on the run, third down, getting some breathing room, moving the sticks.
The Raging Cajuns with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams?
Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
How do you not get excited and out of your seat when you see the big boys making the little boys play? Listen, I know you DBs can do all that running around stuff and catch the football. I can too. I just do it in a sexier, bigger body. Yes, please.
Here's the handoff. Hey, getting down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19.
Second down coming up.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Mack. Feeling some heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Now on 3rd down for this offense. The give to the single back. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Man, as a quarterback, too, after throwing picks, you just got to find completions to get the good mojo going, right? The very next drive. So he's getting to that right away. He's like, look, if it's not open downfield, where's my running back? I'm in the pocket. I can see him easy. Spit it out to him. Let's get some of those good vibes going again.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The quick out. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The RPO, it's complete. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. The snap sets up the throw. Setting up the screens. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes his connection. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Cajuns. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They're bringing heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game.
Hey, look at Goose. Come on, my nigga.
Scoops it up, and everybody reverses field.
And that's a huge...
Hold on, fuck that. Nigga, you ain't running the ball no more, bitch. No more you get to run the ball, ho. The fuck out the game. That dumbass shit.
Defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive
That's
fumble.
crazy as hell, bro.
First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball.
Never seen no bullshit like
take
that.
a shot here. They'll give it to the back. That's a way to get some breathing room. He's got 5 out to the 9-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the single back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Final play of the quarter coming. The give headed toward right tackle. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. To the air, it's Mack. Quickly complete. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Quarterback will audible. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Pocket starts to collapse. Turns it on in midfield. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Handoff from the shotgun.
Oh,
And
no,
the
to the
freshman
ball.
does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Louisiana.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring. So they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the inside give. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Looking for room at the 30. Oh, my. Circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
I tell you what, the offense, they get the big run play, and then what are you thinking? Maybe play action, take a shot. How about the defense? They were ready to roll. Even though they gave up the run, they didn't just play the run. They were ready for the pass and got the big sack.
2nd down now after the sack. Scanning the field, it's Mack. Moving out of the pocket. On the move, he fires. Ball in the air, intercepted.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with them, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, and made the big play.
Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion on the out. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. This defense gives them a couple more third down conversions like that. They're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
They're setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This is a money play on 3rd and goal. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Back to pass, it's Mack getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want. Because
He's got that shit. Come on, bro.
They'll use a timeout
So
right
the first
before
half,
halftime.
fuck.
Maybe
This is
time
crazy.
for 1 or 2 more plays.
Fuck that dude.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On second down, just keeps firing. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half.
What the fuck? Yo!
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Man.
Here comes that Alabama offense. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep.
There you
He
go,
couldn't
boy.
find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Lets it fly.
Shit,
Makes a
man.
grab enough for the first. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bama.
How do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin would just steamroll teams. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The give to Davis. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. On target to the left. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do 3rd short, 3rd medium, 3rd long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
At the 20. We're on TV. Make some noise. It's 3rd down.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. To the air, it's Mack. Coming after it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The defense has the lead, and they're playing that way. I mean, they're pinning their ears back in these passing situations. They're not worried at all about the run game. They're just getting up the field, and they're getting to this quarterback.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll take it on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the yoke. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Gonna run it. It's Perry. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
And the Raging Cajuns are in the red zone. The give to the back. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. The Raging Cajuns moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Alabama, 14.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that.
Picked off. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
The offense starts with a short field. On the ground, it's Perry. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? From the gun, wants to pass. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's got him, and they convert. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll try to pass their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Slams ahead. Corralled and brought down by the defense. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Cajuns! And the pummeling has started.
Make no mistake about it. Bring in the beef, right? Bring in all the extra offensive linemen, the tight end. You know what we're going to do. We're going to line up, and we are going to smash 4th and goal situation. They are successful playing a little bully ball with the big boys up front.
14.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. offense rolls onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered in.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
We're on TV. Make some noise. It's third down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Louisiana 42, Alabama 14.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. To the air, it's Mack. Quickly to the tight end. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Pressure coming. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Going up top on first down. They're trying to get to him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
To the air, it's Mack. Looking to scramble. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Leaves it with the running back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. The sure hands, it's Demadio. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
And the Raging Cajuns will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Just destroying his way through the field. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it from the red zone. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Off play action, trying to get to it. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And this offense has had a great day, and they've put some big plays together. But the last 2 plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect their quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
Wide out in motion. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Going to try to get it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
They've converted every time on 4th down. 3 for 3 so far. They'll go for 4. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Mack. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Afterburners coming. Inside the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still be counted for 6. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Bangs it through for an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yulman Stadium. They're up by 7 over Southern Miss. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
The handoff keeps working on that clock. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Went to the running game on 1st down, now 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. Now the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but, like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but, like, let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
They're just treating the entire stadium as if it's four-down territory. Odd decision here to go for it. Fourth and very, very long. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
That boy,
What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Alabama quickly back to the line. He's going to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. Just complete and utter dominance.